Alright, you little jerks. Spell Dan, damn it. Stay, no, stay. Ah! What's up, everybody? So these balloons behind me are supposed to spell Dan, but they insist on spelling DNA. I feel like it's a message from above saying, you're adopted.
Check the DNA.
So today's video is hopefully a helpful one to a lot of you guys out there. How to be happy. The reason I'm making this, I'm always seeing Facebook statuses, or I'm hearing from people how not in the Christmas spirit they are, or how they're overwhelmed with Christmas shopping. There's a lot of stress. Funny how it works that the happiest time of the year is often the most stressful time of the year. Another thing I have to cover is that the shirt I'm wearing is like a box. You ever have those shirts? I don't know if you can see it. It's like boom, and then whoa, belly button. Let's cut it off there. It is, I think it's the 17th today. It's the 18th, and I've done Christmas shopping for literally my mom and my oldest brother. Ooh, I've got a lot to do. One last thing, these tips are meant to just be simple, fun reminders for you. These are just helpful ways to kind of change your thought process. Whereas if you suffer from like depression, that's more of a chemical imbalance. Okay, let's get into it. Here are ways to be happy. Tip number one. One thing we often know is that happiness is a thought process. Just like how you can think of things that'll make you sad, you can do that with happiness. The brain is this crazy thing. In our heads, it's like this pink mush, and you're like, well, what does it do? The brain is bigger than this universe. What it can do is unbelievable. It does a lot more than just tell really good fart jokes. High five. So number one, happiness is contagious. You probably see this on bumper stickers. You probably heard it a million times before. But I'm here today to tell you that it is a scientific fact that happiness is indeed contagious. Just like if I were to yawn right now. Oh, that was a good one. A lot of you guys at home may have yawned as well, because yawning is kind of one of those things that's contagious. But a study shows that the happiest people in the world are often found in social groups of way other happy people as well. It rubs off. Surround yourself with positivity. It's actually a thing. It's actually a thing. Number two, go with the flow. It's easier said than done, I understand. It's about stop worrying. One of the biggest things I've learned in 2015 is that things right now don't matter. They only matter when it's in the future. You often look back at old times of, oh man, I wish I could go back to high school. It was so much fun. Or third grade, that was the best. But put yourself back in that time and remember all those times you were complaining about all the homework, the time you had the crush on a girl and she said she didn't like you. It wasn't as good back then. From the future standpoint, you look back, you're like, oh, it was so good. Remember that. What you're doing now is good. And you're gonna miss these times and these moments 2 years from now. Seize the moment now. Make your time worthwhile. Do it now. Do it! Here's why this video kind of gives a little bit of credibility. Last month, we had to put my dog down, and my dog was the biggest thing in the world to me. I loved her like crazy. I love her like crazy. When we had to put her down, I was worried. How am I gonna be? Is this gonna knock me off the rails a little bit? Am I gonna be sad for a little while? Am I gonna be sad for a long while? I was in Dallas at the time by myself, and I remember thinking, you know what, let's try something different. Dan, this is gonna be a big moment in your life because Annie is a big thing to you. So how about we try something different? Just go with it. This is how my brain works, guys. Let's try and look at things in a positive way. And so I did. I made a video, and yes, my video was a little emotional, and that wasn't intended to be like that. But after that moment of sadness, I started looking back saying, you know what? Had Annie for 17 years. Awesome. She taught me all this great stuff. Awesome. She lived a lot longer than an average dog. Awesome. I at least had a dog. Awesome. And I'm telling you, I was at peace with everything shortly after we actually had to put her down. So stop worrying. Right now, it doesn't matter. Tip number three, music. I often have a radio turned up, music playing. 60s, I love 60s music. I'm playing it all the time now because it's all that doo-wop, it's all the it's all super happy. Even sad songs back then were written in a happy way. Tip number four, do something good. They say money can't buy happiness, but money can buy somebody else's happiness. By doing something good for somebody, whether you give them a compliment, you send them a tweet just saying that they're cool or they mean a lot to you. You may think, I'm not getting anything out of this, and you may be the type of person that says, I need to always get something out of this, but you are. Again, science proves it. When you give to somebody or do something good for somebody, your brain triggers the pleasure center of your, I know I said pleasure center. That's oftentimes people are like, it's down here. No, the pleasure center in your brain often gets triggered. It will get triggered, and it shoots out this dopamine, so you feel happy, you feel better, and that's a good thing. That was awesome. This squirrel, oh my god, I gotta show you. This squirrel right now is chilling on a post. I hope I can get this. God, I hope I can get this. Oh, he stood up. He was literally lying on his stomach. Sorry, that was like a squirrel moment. Tip number 5. This for me is a very important part of why I'm such a happy guy. Having something to look forward to. You know, in school, teachers are like,
hey, write 3 goals that you want to achieve by this time next year.
I was that kid that made goals that were ridiculous. Physically impossible. I want to have a 3rd leg. Well, kind of got that. Wow, I'm totally kidding, guys. Let's not react. But having something to look forward to gives you purpose, gives you reason. Let's get ready. Let's get psyched. Let's do it. And last but not least, number 6. There's a saying that goes, grin and bear it. Grin like, yeah, what's up? And bear it. Smile through it and deal with it. Just keep going. Here's another scientific fact. I'm using a lot of science here because so many of you demand proof. Well, here it is. Facial feedback hypothesis. When you're going through a stressful moment, if you smile, you're triggering your brain to operate these smiling muscles, which then tricks your brain into thinking that you're happy or it's not as bad. And that's fact. There's studies on people that go through stressful moments and I had like some of them smile and some of them not. And the people that smiled had different chemical levels in their brain that made them happier. I don't know if I said that right. Average people can do extraordinary things if they think they're extraordinary. Oftentimes people ask me, Dan, how do you do YouTube videos with all these mean comments? I have never let a mean comment get the best of me. I haven't gotten too many because my content is usually positive, but also you guys, if ever somebody does, you're like, whoosh, and it's awesome. Little planet of people that protect me, and I love it. I love it. When you send out positive vibes into the world, or when you send out positive messages, or when you're just happy in general, you'll get that back. Okay guys, there's a lot of squirrels going on and I can't really continue this video. There's a hole in my fence. Those bastards made a hole in my fence. Can't really continue this video. They're doing a lot of weird stuff out there, like jumping around. It's like a Cirque du Soleil, squirrel edition. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at TheDanocracy. You can follow me on Twitter at TheDanocracy. Subscribe to my videos if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.